How's your health and fitness, and are you ready to go tomorrow night?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I think I'm going pretty good. I sort of took a little bit of a break after Commonwealth Games, and now went up to Falls Creek, as I do for the last 5 weeks, and each week has been getting better and better, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. And you know, it's obviously a great field. You've got Menjo over here, who's Ron Clark's favourite, the front runner. So it's good for us Australians looking for this World Championships qualifier. And yeah, I think I'm going to hopefully give it a nudge, and yeah, hopefully give the win a nudge as well. We'll see. When
someone like Menjo suddenly emerges as a starter in the event, I guess it makes the event harder to win, but it makes you pleased that he's here, because it does sort of set a pace, gives you somebody to aspire to and chase.
Yeah, that's right. You know, just having someone of that quality in the field, everyone sort of, I mean, you don't really need to lift much higher for, you know, it's a national title, 50th anniversary, plenty on the line, but having someone like Menjo here will definitely lift us a bit more, and I think there's probably 3 or 4 Australians who have got a good chance of winning the national title, and you know, I think we've all got a good chance of being right up there as well.
So is that 27:40 World Championship qualifying mark gettable?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've run it before, so I guess you always go out looking to run your best, and I've done it once, so hopefully we can do it again. And I think tomorrow night we could have as many as 3 guys under the qualifying time. And
are you equally conscious of every opponent in the race, Menjo and Luke, and the Australians and Bobby Curtis, or are you particularly focusing on the Australians and winning the national title?
No, definitely looking at everyone in the race, or certainly there's, you know, 6 or 7 guys in the race who will form that main pack, and I think we'll be there till the final stages. So yeah, I think anyone could have a good shot at winning it.
Now, I'm told that you announced today that the London Marathon is on the agenda for next year. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. So April 17 next year, I'll be running the London Marathon.
So your first crack at the big one?
Yeah, first crack.
And you're looking forward to that?
Yeah, a lot actually. So most of the summer will be that's the focus. So a few different things being done this summer. Not as much racing, but really looking forward to it. And thankfully, there's no lap counter, so it should be good.
And is the marathon where you're headed long term?
I don't know. We'll see how this one goes. I think I've been from Ballarat, and having mono-running marathons, I've always wanted to do one. And next year is a good time to test the water and see what I'm like. If I'm no good, although it'll probably take me 1 or 2 to have a look at it. If I'm no good, I'll go back and do 5 and 10s, but it could be something that I'm really good at. So I'm looking forward to having a go.
Have you been building your training towards that yet?
Yeah, it sort of started this month a little bit, but to be honest, I'm already running 180k a week, so there's not a lot more that I really need to do, just change a few things, but that'll happen over the next few months as well.
Let's go up the way a little bit to a man who is also running marathons these days, but he's back here to run the Zatopek and try and win it for a 5th time. Do you reckon you can do it, Luke?
I'm going to try my best.
And what sort of time can you run tomorrow night? What sort of shape are you in?
I think if the rain will stop and the conditions will be nice, maybe we'll run under 27 minutes, under 28 minutes.
Under 28?
Yeah.
You don't like rain and cool weather. You'd like a searing hot night, would you?
Yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So.
Yeah.
But I hope tomorrow will be okay.
Now let's go back in time to when you first came to Melbourne. What brought you here, or who brought you here in the first place?
My manager, Kim McDonald, introduced me over here because we had a training base here in Melbourne. And he introduced me to the Zatopek 10K. And that was my first time coming to Australia and probably to abroad. and 10K, my first 10K. And it's really good in my memory. So when I come over here, I ran really fast, and everything was my PR, everything was new. And that's why I love coming back here. It's my second home.
Your second home.
Yeah.
And do you really feel as though you run particularly well when you are in Melbourne? Does it bring something out of you?
Actually, here in Melbourne, it's like, in Kenya, we train for cross-country like this season, but over here it's different. It's tracks season, but in Kenya it's a cross-country season. So this is a combination of two things at a time, but if I should have a time of training just for track, I think we should maybe run under 27 minutes over here.
Now, what about this man, Menjo, who's run the fastest 10K in the world this year? Do you know much about him?
Actually, this is my first time to see him. I just know him, but maybe he knows me, but I just met him first time here in Melbourne. So really excited, and I'm going to give him a hard time.
Well, you've won the race 4 times, 3 of them in succession, and you've run the 3 fastest times in the race's history. Is there one race that you remember especially well?
I think I remember the 98 when I broke the all-comers Australian record. This is like I was the defending champion, and I had one of my guy, his name is Julius Kipkosgei. He had run a very fast 5K. He ran 13:06, and my PR was 13:15. So this guy was hanging just on me, and then I say, "Oh, you're not gonna win the 10K. This is not a 5K." So we had to really sprint for the last 400, I think maybe 55, but he didn't catch me.